Welcome back, everybody. NBA season has started, and most importantly, Clippers basketball has started. And boy, oh boy, I'm in one of the most mellow moods possible, man. The Clippers beat the Portland Trailblazers in one of the most sweat-free factions. Um, the Portland Trailblazers, they're a young team. They just got Scoot Henderson. Pretty exciting roster, but the Clippers was just perfect all around. And the man himself, Robert Covington, actually started. My goodness, I love it, man. I love that Rocco started, bro. Let's get it. Oh my gosh. Let's get to the stats, my brother. Oh my goodness. I love this. Whew. Robert Covington, started plus 26. So his stats doesn't look too pretty, but eye test wise, that man played pretty great defense. Paul George, he killed that 27 points. No one could guard him. 6 assists, 3 steals, a two-way player. Kawhi Leonard, always efficient as usual. Paul George was more efficient, but Kawhi did his thing, and he got 6 assists. That's pretty darn impressive, man. 5 rebounds, good all around as well. Zubac was man. Zubac is the underrated player of this game, man. See what happens if you feed Zubac the ball. This man dominates, and nothing credits more goes to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook makes this team so all around, man. 20, like, bro, he be feeding everybody, making Zubac look like a beast. 12 rebounds, 20 points. Like, bro, was feeding everybody the ball. 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 11 points. And we got this man at the veteran minimum. That, like, a guy who played like an all-star caliber level in the playoffs, and this man decided to take a pay cut. That just shows his character, man. This guy cares about the team, and the thing with that separates Russ with Kawhi and Paul George is Russ is always healthy, so he's that energizing button that the team needs. But hopefully everybody's healthy because everybody knows, even the Clippers haters knows that if when everybody's healthy, how are you gonna stop this team? You're getting all two-way players, man, and the bench is actually looking solid. But another, but I will say a flaw about this team is always coaching. But so far, judging from preseason and the way how the Clippers play today, um, it's looking pretty good. I like the rotations at the moment. We'll wait till everybody returns though. That's the thing. Um, when everybody returns, the real test is I want to see how he handles Marcus Morris minutes. Looks like he didn't play at all, which I liked because Marcus Morris, he's been with all due respect, um, he has not been himself. His defense was just subpar, even rebounding and all that. But yeah, I love that Rocco starting, man. So that's my ideal starting lineup. If you don't want to do Rocco, you can also do Terrence Mann. It doesn't matter. Like either way, both of them works. Sucks that Terrence Mann got hurt. Batum, so it kind of looks like Batum's getting less minutes and all that, and younger players are finally. That's another thing I will vouch for. I mean, it's not my guys, but Ty Lue is starting to trend towards that. You play KJ Martin 14 minutes, which is not too bad. I mean, although he wasn't his best. He couldn't hit any of his shots. So like he was pretty off. Musa Diabate, um, I thought that I mean it was a small sample size, so probably 1 for 3, so it's hard to really judge. I love his effort though, 2 steals, not too many rebounding, but it's just 4 minutes. Plumlee, he was a huge get for us too. He did the job by getting rebounds and then got some solid points. Um, Bones Highland, he was amazing. He was showing efforts of playmaking too. So that's another like potential improvement. He could be a dark horse of being a six man of the year. We'll see what happens, man. And Norman Powell, he's still kind of like on the slower side of the grooves, only 8 points. Um, you know, 3 rebounds, not too bad. So like, it wasn't the worst, but obviously it could have been better. Um, he didn't really do too much. His defense is kind of like showing some regression, in my opinion. So, like I said, if I were to like trade one player of this team, other than Marcus Morris, because Marcus Morris doesn't have any trade value, but his contract's expiring. If we were to make an upgrade, Norman Powell would be my main guy that I would use to like upgrade this team. Other than that, I don't really want to trade any other players. I mean, you could also trade Batum as well, and Coffee's fine as well. But um, other than that, this roster's looking good, man. And whew, like with Russ, Kawhi, and Paul George, like Russ fits so perfect with them, man. Like the chemistry is gonna go. It's just gonna just gel, and then this team is just gonna run so smoothly. But the X factor is we gotta see how Ty Lue coaches. If he keeps it like this, Clippers are good, man. Clippers are good, and obviously we need to stay healthy too. Um, of course, the elephant in the room is the James Harden talking, because James Harden, he did not want to play for Philly, man. And like I said, Clippers always have to leverage over the Sixers. Um, and like I said, I like James Harden as a player, but if I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is even prior before this game played, like my interest for James Harden is like dwindling more and more and more. Not just because I like how this team is, because Daryl Morey, he's starting to get even more unrealistic. This man is trying to ask for 2 first-round picks, a pick swap, and Terrence Mann. Trading Terrence Mann for James Harden it's not wise alone. But what's even worse, in my opinion, is trading those first-round picks. Me personally, I do not want to trade any unprotected first-round picks. We gotta keep the picks, man, because Kawhi and Paul George, you don't know how many years they got left in their tank, and once they're out, and you don't have those picks, you're pretty much a laughing stock, because you kind of like more of being a donation team, kind of like how people are making fun of the Clippers for doing that Paul George trade, which it's hard to blame the Clippers at the time because they were in their prime. But right now, everybody's kind of aging. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers are not the Chargers. They're not the Grizzlies. They're not the um. They're basically what I'm trying to say is they're not a young team. Well, as for like core wise, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they have some young players, but core wise, um, they're they're not a young team. So you gotta be careful when you trade those picks. If you trade those first round picks, it better be like for a guy who's like still in his prime and has many years left. Because Harden, he's not that young either. He's like 33. Um, Now if there's for some reason if he has like a longevity of like a LeBron James, I mean that's maybe the only way how you can logically justify trading those first round picks that are unprotected or pick swaps. But other than that, um, I wouldn't I definitely would not budge. And your Clips are better off waiting for free agency at this point because Harden's a free agent himself, and who knows, you could get even better with a guy like Pascal Siakam. He's going to be free agent too, and the Clippers, they're going to have a friendly cap room to an extent. Depends if Kawhi Paul George want to take a pay cut to get some other players. Cause let's see, Marcus Morris, his contract expiring. Batum, he's gonna retire after his contract is done. So that's automatically like 20, $30 million of cap that is off. And Plumlee's gonna be a free agent. So Clippers have a friendly amount of cap room, man. So overall, um, despite like how last season went and even some of the offseason moves that I really did not like, of course, it is the Blazers, but I'm pretty optimistic how the team is going. And let's hope this rotation stays that way. But now let's talk about the other side, the Portland Trailblazers. Portland Trailblazers, this team is pretty fun, man. Jeremy Grant, he did his thing, 13 points. His rebounding though could be better. Um, he's kind of like a younger Robert Covington. I like Jeremy Grant. I started to like fall in love with his game when he played for the Denver Nuggets against us. I always thought he's a really good, solid defender. Um, does like he does what you want him to do. Um, can shoot threes. Although his threes wasn't falling, but he can usually shoot threes, and he's solid in mid range and all that. Pretty solid, small forward, power forward to have on your team. He got a big contract though, which is pretty higher than it should be in my opinion, but he's a solid player though. I like him as a player. DeAndre Ayton, it was cool to see him get a fresh start. He was pretty solid with rebounding and all that, which was impressive compared to last game. Last time when he's with the Suns, that dude did not want to rebound. And him playing with a smaller market team with no pressure, it could kind of like help him rejuvenate his career. He only got 4 points though. I mean, it's hard to score on Big Zoo and Kawhi and Paul George. Matisse Thybulle didn't do too much really. Um, 1 rebound, only 8 points. Anthony Simons, he was hitting his shot, 18 points, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. Scoot Henderson is definitely like more of like my favorite tiers of players because I have a decent amount of favorite players, other than pushing my Brandon Boston agenda, Diabate, Jay Scrub, and now currently Gigi Jackson. I have a like I like to be honest, like there's no way that you could have one true favorite player. You have to have at least like a multiple, in my opinion. Because if you tell me that you only like have one ultimate favorite player, but like the other players that you won't consider putting in a tier, like you gotta be capping, in my opinion, because gotta have a lot of players. I mean, of course, I mess with Wemby, and I really mess with Scoot Henderson, man. Um, Obviously, he did not do well in the first half. Second half, he started to pick it up more, but that just shows that our defense is pretty good. Now, if Marcus Morris started, Scoot Henderson would have probably dropped 20 or 15 at least, because Scoot, he's him. Like, there are like moments when Scoot Henderson, he almost scored, but it was just blocked by Zubac or Robert Covington or any of our guys contested. Well, even Bones Highland. Like, Bones Highland, bro, people need to put respect on Bones Highland's defense, man. People were saying he's a cone on defense. Like, bro, I don't see that. Like, nah. But Scoot Henderson, he's definitely going to be the Portland Trailblazers franchise cornerstone. This dude just pushes the pace, man. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought this would have been like more of a closer game. Kind of um, like a 5 point type of spread or like a neck to neck type game. And there were moments when the Clippers would lose, but nah, we actually took we stand on business, bro. Like, I mean, that's what happens when you start Robert Covington. Hopefully, Ty Lue sees this. Um, start Robert Covington is a thing, is a good thing. Kamara did okay. Solid on defense, 7 points. Um, Walker, Murray, of course, they got like a small sample size. Tom Lord, baby, 10 points, 7 rebounds, solid pickup for them. 3 steals. They got a solid building block. Malcolm Brogdon, the new acquisitions. He got 20 points. Got a lot of, shot attempts. There were rumors that the Clippers were trying to go after him. I mean, I'm not too much of a big Malcolm Brogdon guy. We already got Russell Westbrook, and we got Bones Highland. I would rather have them. But, he got his 20 points. So I guess that's that. Shadon Sharp, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He's another guy who's definitely going to be good. He came off the bench though because Anthony Simons was starting instead. So I don't know. Like I kind of thought Shadon Sharp would start because Shadon, in my opinion, he has the upside, man. Um, he's a walking bucket. He's also that guy who had a 48-inch vertical, man. Um, he's another guy I also really messed with back in the draft. It was a 2020 draft, I believe, and I believe I forgot where he went. Oh yeah, he went. I believe the fourth pick. Yeah, he went with the fourth pick or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but honestly, I really liked Shadon Sharp so much that I kind of flirted with the idea. Like if I was a Lakers fan, I would have pushed for an 80 and Shadon Sharp trade swap. Actually, no, I think he went 8. I don't remember, um, but I would have done that because Shadon Sharp, that man's a bucket. Obviously, right now, that takes may not looking the best, but although 80, he did have a suspect game last time against just yesterday against the Denver Nuggets. So who knows? Maybe that trade would have been well for the Lakers. I don't know, but that's just me loving to go for prospects, and I even like Scoot Henderson so much that I even thought about flipping rebuilding and going for Scoot Henderson because like Kawhi Paul George injury gets frustrating at times, but the Clippers decided to run it back and stick with the guns because we brought back Russell Westbrook, so Clippers decided to stick with the guns, and I'm not mad about that because we all know healthy Clippers could make it far, but at the same time, I don't blame the people who wanted to go for Scoot Henderson as well too, and I was honestly kind of like one of them, if I'm being honest with you, because Scoot, he's gonna be nice, bro. Like I'm telling you, like this man plays with speed, very quick, and he played in a grown man's league since in his senior year in high school. He basically skipped senior year of high school, just to play in a G League. So Portland got a good one, like, but the Clippers team looking pretty darn good as well too. But anyways, let me know what you think about the game, man. Um, The next game we play is the Jazz, so Clippers gotta stay on their A game as well against the Jazz because the Jazz they got Markkanen who can shoot from threes pretty well. You got Keontae George, gotta learn how to contain Keontae George. He a bucket too. Ochai, you got hey the Jazz. I seen them play last year. Um, they play. Uh, they play like even contenders. Like they just play them scrappy. Like it's not like an easy win over them. They play hard, bro. They really do play hard. So Clippers got to get on the A game, man. But hopefully, I mean, I still got them beating Jazz. But then after that, we're playing against the Spurs. The Spurs, ooh, like Spurs are kind of a dark horse team because they got Wembanyama, they got Vassell, they got Sohan, so they're a really good rebounding team. So that could be a toss up. And then we got the Lakers. We all know how that goes. Clippers always find a way to beat the Los Angeles Lakers, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Um, Up to that, then I don't know exactly, but Clippers, this team's looking great. But anyways, I should kind of conclude this episode. But you know, I got to do another shout out, and it's always the same. It's the same homie, my guy, Primetime Sports Podcast over here. The reason why I'm doing this again because I know basketball season has officially started, and then more people, and I'm sure more people are gonna officially tune into this video because Clipper season started, and when it's off season, not many people really kind of tuning into this too much because it's the off season, everybody's chilling. But now season has started, and if you want to have an alternative channel you want to listen to, if you want to listen to a person with a different little perspective and all that, You could just give my guy a good checkout over here. We basically had the same basketball takes, but just cause, just for the sake that if you wanna just see different point of views, you know what I'm saying? Um, I also want to shout out my guy Solo. I missed when you drop bangers, man. Got it. It would be nice if you could also drop clip of vids as well too, or maybe Charger vids, man, because I enjoyed listening to your content as well. He's known as Clip Ganger Dumb Bang, but he's been inactive lately. But if you're watching this, it would be nice if you could drop some bangers. But yeah, give Primetime Sports Podcast a little bit of a listen. You know what I'm saying? Because you see, he don't just talk about basketball. Like me, I strictly just talk about basketball. But recently, I've been talking a little bit more about football because Chargers my team, and I'll say they stress me out, man. They stress me out. But if you want to watch, like, listen to baseball, football, and of course basketball, or even hockey. Like, I don't know if any of y'all are interested in hockey. I'm not too much of a hockey guy at the moment, but if you want to listen, basically, if you like a mixture of sports, um, you can give my guy a listen, man. I'm 18 subs. Let's try to bump him to like at least 50, like maybe 50 by like, um, let's see. I don't know when exactly. Let's just get him 50 by like within 2 weeks. All right, let's get this man to at least 50 subs, man. I believe y'all can do it. But anyways, that should actually officially tune like end the video. Thank y'all really much for listening to this vid, and the journey starts again. But anyways, take care. Peace.